in sin. Think about this. We are inherited. The rights that we had was the punishment. Our inheritance for sin is hell. Aren't you glad that you didn't get your inheritance until later in life? Hopefully you never get that inheritance, to be honest with you. But this is and again, while these concepts are different to us in Western 21st century culture, the Greeks, as soon as Paul began using this illustration, they understood what he was saying. I'm awfully glad that I didn't get my inheritance of sin. I'm glad that I'm never going to get it. By living not like you're free. Paul is saying you're living like you're still a slave. You're living like you're going to get that inheritance. Why would anybody want that inheritance? I realize, and I don't know that anyone, well, to be honest with you, no one fully understands the statement, but you hear people say, well, hell's going to be a big party. I can't wait to get there. You don't know what you're saying. No one wants that inheritance. Whether we're still under the law or choosing to back the place that Christ is from and living like our inheritance. Again, let me reiterate. The pendulum in any culture can swing from that right before we went live. That hopefully the truth of the matter is it's probably not going to be all drop because we're not going to go from one extreme, but that seems to be nature. Freedom, and I've got my.
I don't know how it's working.
It doesn't mean that we can live the way. You only have to go. It's not a license to sin. In our culture, when we're 18, we're that we're not. Again, when we're mom and dad, you're adults. If you can, no one's telling you. But you learn very quickly, because then you're not going to be proactive the next day. Productive. Sorry. If you want to lose your job. It's not good performance. And if those things are true spiritual, it's not a license to live how we want. So the question is, how do we become of age so we can enjoy our freedoms? Look at verse number 4. Of the time was come, God set forth a woman made under the law. Number 1, summarized. He put himself under the law. He show us the perfect those for action. To redeem us, that they might receive the action of sons us to realize what the purpose of the law and let's anyone to keep the law. Jerry, by the time we get to the fall of man, it wasn't Adam and Eve. Eventually, he was a lamb. This has just happened 4,000 years in the future.
Yeah. Yes.
Intended us. Why did he give Moses commandments? He all throughout the Old Testament did he give the ceremonial and the sacrificial that some of them we adhere to today around killing each other? Run away. Why did God give them to us if He never expected us to live by it? And in our human changed everything. So if any, just think about it. You've got laws that God gave you. You can't keep those. But let's back it up. You can't keep the 10 big ones. The first 2 that hang on all the others, Jesus said. You can't even keep those. Why 1,000 laws just about the Sabbath day? Why would you have? Let's read our thinking. The box we need. What does Paul say? The renewing of your mind. You have to have the proper have the mind. They may not be saved. I'm not saying they're not saved, but I know this, that they haven't fully grasped the concept of the gospel. To keep the world's way, and for several decades. And honestly, it's a continual fight. Paul said, "Contend for the faith." A lot of people, what that means. They want to preferences. They want to contend the way that they want things done. But that's a lot. That's spiritualizing the world's way of thinking. Realize that this series we may be the root things we thought and were taught. Listen, it's true in whether it's practical, whether it's fictional, spiritual, whatever might things that, or we came, they taught it to us, so we came to the wrong conclusion. That's why we have the need of the Word of God. Do we understand? We're a new creature. Very difficult. And the truth of the matter is, it takes time. I give you the example. He had no business, but he was a nice guy, and he's trying to step up. all of these wonderful things. But when I was taught, it was too, all the way down through this talk. And it took six months, half a year of school, to get that out of me, for me to read. Why in the world would someone teach you something that's wrong? Doesn't make any sense. Whether it's intentional or unintentional. Can I tell you that the vast majority of the time, if you're taught something that was wrong and how they really thought which was right in their own, it was so wrong. But can I remind you that they didn't think they were doing wrong? On the outside, I'm not talking about on the spiritual realm, I'm talking strictly on the physical realm. Externally, if everyone did the actions, what they were supposed to, would still have sin. It's still thoughts of the mind. Our internal battle. Just because we think that, well, if everyone did what everyone was supposed to do, well, then we'd be perfect. How do I think about it? What is it? Don't have the other. If everyone did what they were supposed to, they thought about our hobbies. What about our family? What about our houses? Listen, anything more important than God has become a God. Job. Well, I can't come to church. I've got to work. Well, I have a reunion. Well, I can't go because so and so doesn't have the same political views that I do. It's my only day off, so I got to go to the golf course. I have to go hunting. God grants us acting. Are we acting like a grown son, or are we acting like a little rock? Spiritually. Tender. God says, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. And one of my commandments says that I'm take home. I'm not going to do that because there's something that I and going somewhere. By grace, the full rights. So remember, Paul is talking to Greeks. They didn't even begin to think about getting their rights until they're 14, and they don't get all of them until they're 25. That you gives you the rights and the access. We think that Jesus has given us a clean slate. He hasn't given us a slate. He's traded our filthy, dirty slate that's been etched in stone. See, we're good with the idea of our day, setting us free. There's so much more. Listen, while he took us out of prison, yes, let me tell you something. He's giving you the Congressional Medal of Honor on top of that. Like you need that he lived while he was on this earth. That's what he's given to you. We're good now. That's it. You're missing that was the easy part. Getting you to heaven, that was simple. But making you his. Paul was a Jew when he had Roman citizenship. That was a very difficult thing to accomplish. Considered and all the privileges, and I was at our Sunday Bible study. When he knew that, Paul pulled out his Roman citizenship and said, "No, you don't get to kill him. There's only one person that can kill him." He got to plead his case to Caesar with this idea of being a son and being adopted and citizenship not lost. Paul is using that as an example. That's what you are. But someone condemns you, say, "No, you don't get to condemn me." I pull out my God card. I don't even condemn me. I don't even get to judge me. Only he does. He says that I'm his son. God says, "You look like my son." Nothing can change that. Now, because you look like my son, nothing can ever change. Now go look at this. I said it a video weeks ago. These should do well. We're a good Christian, so we do these things. Not that we necessarily think that right or wrong. It's our opinion. But with the Son of God, do this. I don't understand that. Reading Scripture and all of these things, I don't understand it, and if you do it, I think that you are completely wrong. But that's fine. You don't have to answer it. You have to answer it. If you, every single day, and pray every single day, and be the witness that God can look in the mirror, walk into a bar as a son of God. Now, I don't understand how you can do that. Because you don't answer to me. You answer to him. Now I can show you principles in the Bible where it says you're not supposed to drink. I can show in the Bible where it says you're not supposed to smoke. But all of them, particularly against drinking, there are Jesus. No, I don't think Jesus would have smoked. I know Spurgeon did, but I don't think that Jesus. When we start making man our standard, for the whether it's Calvin or Spurgeon for the. Let me hit the other crowds. I was talking to a Catholic one time. Trace my point. When everyone makes that statement, I'm like, you're just really. Realize that everyone, myself more than anybody else, make dumb statements, but that was a dumb statement. Because A, you can't prove it. There's been too many floods. You can't trace and prove it. If you make that statement to a person with my personality, you better be able to physically, you can't. You could. I don't trace my roots back to John. I don't want to trace my roots back to a man. So whether we're basing it on Lutheran or Spurgeon or Mills or whoever, we trace our roots to God. Paul, I looked up and see, Paul will say, Jesus, God, I didn't just forgive you of your sins. Whether you feel like it. That's why we became, many times can become our own worst critics. We know we sin to God, and all of a sudden we can become our own worst critics, and God says, wait a second. Like my child, you still are. Not only did God remove the curse, we deserve it. Remember, we were born in sin. Sin is hell. God says, not only did I remove that, but I give you the reward that, which, by the way, is more than just that. We need to stop holding on. Again, we're talking about no other gospel. You know, when you come to the end of your rope, tie not at the end of the rope, but hang on. That just split out. Split out. Because whether or not you got a hold of me doesn't. I have a hold of you. What's been placed in my hand. His hand puts it over the top. Don't worry about it. I got you. Got this. Now just go and live a life that's pleasing to me. And so I made a statement. If we're going to live, this is going to be a. The vast majority of it we're going to become from the world. If we're going to be honest. Because when they don't do things the same way that we do, well, good. In there's my personality rubs them the wrong way. And as much as I try and hide my personality, and as much as I try to it's going to rub them the wrong way. They're not going to listen to me. They're not going to like me. In this community, they can reach them. Well, because they don't do things the same way that I do them. Are they wrong? Doctrinally wrong, but they might be practically not what you and I enjoy, what you and I like. So the truth of the matter is that sometimes it's going to come. So many times, well, how in the world can God use something? I mean, there are things that are clear in the scripture. I was talking to my church here in town, boggles my mind. How in the world can they do that? I mean, pastor's got long hair. I'll just be honest with you. The assistant pastor's got long hair. The Bible clearly says men shouldn't have long hair. I'm hoping that as a gospel, I would love to be able to have an honest conversation with him and hopefully him realize that I'm not like angry judging him. I'm honestly asking the question, how in the world when you run across that verse, how? Doesn't mean that there's not reaching people. Doesn't mean that he's not leading people to the Lord. He's hurting me, but that's personal. As he could be. But I can tell you stories of people who led people to the Lord. They weren't even saved. They thought they were, but by their own testimony. God isn't willing that any should perish. He'll use a very broad spectrum of people and things to make sure that no one goes down. Whatever is the faith is of sin. And when we sing, and by the way, even after we're singing, we all understand this. When we sing, aren't you glad then that it's not based on? It might, hopefully, it's only for a brief period of time. For that millisecond. There's I realize that it's super illustration. Do you ever wonder why these you say? Do you ever wonder why people say that? There's the superstitious that when you sneeze, you lose all your bodily functions for just a very short period of time. But because you lose all control of your functions for a very short period of time, then in that very short period of time, you can be, the demon can come in and possess you. God bless you. I'm dead serious. He can't come in there. Now I realize that most people don't realize that. Hey, God. sneeze, you can't become. There are times when we won't feel like we're safe. There are going to be times when we feel like. But can I be honest with you? You'll never deserve God. We don't deserve it. We don't deserve His mercy. There's not 1 millisecond of time do we ever deserve God, and yet we still have it. It's never about us. It's always about Him. Verse number 6. As ye are sons, God hath set forth the Spirit of His Son into your hearts, crying, Abba, Father. This relationship is far more complex than any ever experienced here on earth. I want you to cry out, God in us or above us, because of Jesus. So what He has done to us. It's all through the Spirit. Jesus secured our legal status as sons. That was He got God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. They're all God. Status. The Spirit lets us experience it. The Bible talks about don't feel like yourself. It's because you did something you know you're not supposed to do. So you're not experiencing. You still are. It's not experience. This isn't some way to talk about, the Lord of heaven, how will be reigning, so on and so forth. And then, we all have some sort of general framework that we pray. All of that. Not preaching against it. But the sonship of God, it's not a reverse speech. When they really need their mom and dad, they come yelling, screaming, scared. It says lived any length of time, I'm sure experienced this true, but they're the hardest time in my life, and I will tell you this, I lost all confidence in man. Man's intentions, man's you are on the verge of a dangerous place when I have now. I'm not saying that you're in a dangerous place. As long as you never lose your confidence in God. And when equals advantage. Better than have other relationship. Those people that say that you have to act a certain way, dress a certain way, look a certain way. Christianity down the something that they didn't stop doing up the list. Well, then all of a sudden they put it on the list and they throw you under the bus. They abandon you. They blackball you. It's just you and God. You learn something. Probably think they love you. They probably are doing the best that they can. They are well meaning, but they're wrong. We'll go over to Deuteronomy. Check. Deuteronomy chapter number 10. Verse number 12. Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord God, to walk in all his ways, to love him, to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all Micah chapter. Verse number 8, like 6:8. He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doth the Lord require, but to love mercy, to walk humbly. And lastly, 1 Corinthians chapter number 4. Verse number 2. In students. That magical list that we all know exists, but no one seems to be a good Christian. Whether it's the world standards, Christian standards, religious standards, whatever it might be, let's just be honest for a minute. Those three verses. More than likely. It's not about what I want, you want, the world wants. It's about what you want. When we come to that more confident, if we don't, and we lose all confidence in man, they weren't taught correctly not to have a relationship with God. That's why. Verse number 7 of Galatians 4:7. Mark, no, but the Son. It's a very, we probably the vast majority of times when we reverse. It doesn't say that you're becoming it. you're not less than age 14, you're not less than 25. In our world, less than 18. We've only been saved a few days, a few weeks, a few months, or whatever. Paul is making this statement all the time. You have all the access. You have all the power. As today, and there's no stipulation. There's no eventuality. You get to be. I mean, we talked about a few weeks ago that many times we think of God as a boss, employer, employee, business relationship. And how many times eventuality, and would they be able to take over practice and own the business? It would be as some 22-year-old punk kid with his MBA walking into a Fortune 500 company and the boss handing him the keys. That moment. Again, it's above any relation you have on it. Listen, if we get anything out of the most important things, it's this. We need to know the difference between our feelings and the Spirit of God. We all have our opinions and our desires and our feelings. Those are lives, those. And we don't get to choose who gets into heaven based on our desires, our opinions, our preferences. We don't get to choose who's the son of God and thus the heirs of God. Two groups of people in this world, and there's two groups of people in this world. There's either slaves or free. God saved. Sons of God, sons of devils. You're free, if you're not. God never said one time in Scripture, I challenge you, especially this week, but from this day forward for the rest of your life, do this. Make time to study some in our daily devotions. The more we study Jesus, and again, it's not what I want to be, it's not what you want to be. It's what He wants us to be. We're being conformed into the image of God. Think about this for a minute. What a waste it would be here on earth. Think about this for a second. I realize we have all eternity. But what a waste it would be if we be molded into the way that we want it, based on spiritual principles and applications. That's not God. And yes. Let's pray, Lord. We come before you this morning, Lord. Thankful that you allowed us to come worship this morning. Again, we pray for about 20 minutes. Grace and Mary, and everybody can have a moment. Lord, we do pray for the world. Lord, this coronavirus. Lord knows that there's this virus. Sick. not going to help us with savings, getting close to getting to them. Or that they'd open their body. Quickly,